Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I am a board-certified chiropractic physician as well as a graduate of the American Functional Neurology Institute and Functional Medicine University. Today I want to talk to you in the first video. I've created a series of videos, probably about 10 to 11 videos, that is going to give you a little information on the reasons why you're still suffering with a thyroid condition, even though your lab tests are normal. Now, I've gone ahead and created this video series, but in this email, I've sent you a download link to download 2 questionnaires. And you really need to go back to the video or email if you haven't done so already and download those reports, because until you finish fill out those reports, this video series is not going to make very much sense to you. If, however, you go ahead and fill out those reports, then this video series is going to make a lot of sense to you. It's going to personalize the entire presentation that I'm giving you, and it will also give you a prognosis on what you can do to fix your thyroid condition. So go back to that email and click the download link for those questionnaires, and you'll make a lot more sense out of this. But in the meantime, before we get into all of that, what I wanted to do was I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about thyroid metabolism. Because unless you understand thyroid metabolism, you're not going to really understand why you haven't been able to get better yet. So I had this printed out, and what I wanted to explain to you basically is it all starts in our brain. So our hypothalamus is the central control station in our brain that tells us exactly what's going on with our body. So in the case of the hypothalamus, what it will do is it will release thyroid-releasing hormone to the pituitary gland. And the pituitary gland, just below the hypothalamus, now will be told what to do from that, and it will release TSH. And we're all familiar with TSH if you have a thyroid condition. Many people have TSH problems, or TSH is too high, or TSH is too low. Sadly, all I see is the doctors testing only your TSH, which I'm going to explain to you in this video is a fatal mistake. However, that TSH now goes to your thyroid gland, and your thyroid gland produces its thyroid hormone. Of the thyroid hormone that it does produce, 93% is in the inactive form, or what we call T4, and 7% is in the active form, is what we call T3. This is the actual hormone that we actually use to be utilized. The example I use of that is basically a coffee bean. The coffee bean is the thyroid T4 hormone, and the ground up coffee bean is the T3. And so when our body produces thyroid hormone, only 7% of it is actually available for use right away. 93% of it isn't. So what will happen is they'll get transferred over to the liver, and the liver will convert 60% of T4 into T3. So think of your liver as one big coffee grinder, and it will grind those T4 big molecular structures into T3. When that happens, now that T3 is available for all the cells, tissues, organs in your body that have thyroid receptors to uptake the T3 and have energy and not be cold and not be fatigued and have good hair growth. However, if your liver is not functioning optimally, how well do you think T4 is going to convert into T3? Not too well. And yet you're taking TSH, which has nothing to do with conversion of liver from T4 to T3. Another 20% of it is converted in the gut. So imagine if we have gastrointestinal inflammation, we have leakiness in our gut, we have sensitivities, we have bloating, we have irritability, we have just a lot of inflammation in the gut, then that's not getting converted into T3 as well. And lastly, another 20% of it gets converted in the peripheral tissue, which I'll get into a little bit. So hopefully this has shed a little bit of light on metabolic processes of your thyroid. Just to add note, TSH is the only way that Synthroid or Armour Thyroid or levothyroxine, those are the only way that affects that particular pathway. So meaning anytime you have a problem down here, which the majority of you do if you've been suffering for years and years and been taking medication and haven't been getting any better, is because that thyroid medication is making you produce your TSH, or sorry, is making the TSH tell the thyroid to signal its release. but the conversion and fixing the liver and fixing the gut has not been allowed to happen naturally, and therefore you're having thyroid symptoms. So hopefully you found this video series helpful, and I look forward to seeing you on the next series. Thank you.